This is going to be a very small video. This is something that's probably occurred to me. It's an idea, just a simple idea, over the last maybe 15 to 20 minutes as I was watching another anime. Um, it's average, Strike Witches, and I was just like, as I was watching it, I was matching up the technology that's in Strike Witches, and I'm like, do the Atlesians have that level of technology? And the Atlesians are funny in RWBY because some of their technology is so advanced, it's not goddamn funny. You're honestly surprised that they have this level of technology, and other parts of Remnant are just garbage. You're like, Jesus Christ, they're not only on another level, but some of their technology is on such a high level. It almost breaks the show of RWBY. It's like they got different levels of technology. They're able, just take their heating system. In the way that it works, it's almost like it's terraforming an area um, to stay within one temperature. Everything from the with Penny Project, which is relatively new, but then we got mechs and everything, the hard light technology, and we discover hard light is like the combination of two or three different types of dust merged together. Um, some of this shit is so advanced it's not funny, but we don't see the Atlesian military utilizing it in like really effective ways because only main characters can effectively use this technology. It's like, what? Oh look, I got a hard light shield attached to my arm, and I'm just like, wait. Why don't all your troops have that attached to their arm? Like they have a gun that can turn into a sword, and they have a hard light shield. What if that's the basics of the Atlesian military? Like they all have this basic weapon that can shoot lasers and is good at taking out low class Grim, has a sword to switch to melee, and also has a hard light shield for ranged combat. Oh no, we can only put it on what? Penny's a bit more understandable. I'm not gonna friggin' argue the point with Penny because of what she is, but Penny's only unique in the aspect of the aura transfer technology. That's what makes Penny unique. That her knives, the marionettes, like her lasers are so much more powerful than the other Atlesian lasers. You're just like, this is the same problem with Elm with her rocket launchers. Why the Atlesian ships have shit rockets, but Elm has strong rockets. Oh, all the Atlesians have shit lasers, but Penny has strong lasers. And that's what how this turns back to Strike Witches in general. As I was looking at it, and I'm just like, what could you do to change? This is me just processing my idea of how would I change the Atlesian military. Just small modifications to make the classes of the Atlesians still seem like they're working as a functional unit, but at the same time, you can see why there's differences in the classes. My small idea for the basic infantry, you already heard. Give them a very simple transforming weapon, along with a hard light shield. It's almost something similar that you see in I just realized this as I was talking, the Black Panther movie, with the Wakandans. They have a piece of cloth that they can turn into a shield, but then they got a spear that's also a ranged weapon. You see where you can go with that? Instead of, oh, we just have guns, and as soon as someone gets close to us, we're dead. Um, Also, given that it's the military, I would expect that everyone that's in the military, even all the way down to the most basic troops, have their aura unlocked. It's not a hard thing. What we saw with Pyrrha and John, if that is the actual steel cannon way to unlock someone's aura, that should be a requirement once you're in the military. Once you sign up for the military and you're ready to do your training, your aura should be unlocked. You should at least have a fucking shield around your body. The big one, and the main reason it links to the Strike Witches idea, because if you've seen Strike Witches, they fly. This was the inspiration for this idea. The Aesops. The Aesops are both fascinating and disappointing at the same time. It's like it's a good idea to have a special forces. Like, these are not only people that graduate the academy, but they're the highest tier of the academy graduation, and then their years of experience after graduating, because it's established that Marrow is the youngest, and yet he's clearly at least like 5 years older than the Team Ruby team. And then you got the rest, which I don't know their ages, I haven't gone into it, but there's a combination of experience, the fact that they graduated at the top of their class, and that they are respected, something that Volume 7 got rid of when Ruby defeated them. Team Ruby don't have this huge power boost. It's not like watching Naruto and, oh, he's no longer got the Rasengan, he's got the Rasen Shuriken, which is wind chakra mixed with the Rasengan, and when you actually realize what the Rasen Shuriken actually does when it hits somebody, that's like an instant friggin' kill move, unless you're able to absorb chakra, because it literally kills the connection between the cells in your body. It's friggin' devastating move. Team Ruby haven't had this major update. None of them have grown power-wise that's different. It's like, oh, I got sticky grenades on my fists. Oh, look, my scythe can turn around now. It's like, none of this is like, you give a shit. It's not like it's visually they're better. Like, the Ruby that I see in Volume 7, right? I know I'm getting off topic, but the Ruby I see in Volume 7 is really no different to the one I see in the Volume 4 short. If anything, it's kind of weird, because in the Volume 4 short, she's able to reform and everything, and it looks like she has a really good grasp on that ability. And yet in Volume 7, she's just like, oh, half the time I'm not even aware that I do it. It's just instinct. And I'm just like, do you have mastery over it? Or do you just pull it out of your ass when you want to? Anyway, back to the Elysians, because I don't want to make this, the Aesops, sorry. I want them to fly. I don't want them, I want to have 5 people that don't rely on transport. Like, we saw that they're working on exoskeletons with Harriet. Harriet's got like an exoskeleton for punching and shit, right? But given the level of technology of the actual Elysians, I would think their exoskeletons would be a lot more advanced, given what they're doing with the mechs and everything. Like, they're obviously further along than a bunch of wires that attach to your fucking body. They're way beyond that. Am I referring to something like Iron Man? No, and yes. I'm not talking a full friggin' suit. I wouldn't go that far, because that's just shit. What I'm talking about is armor in places of their body, so they can still wear their military uniform, but it's like they get attached pieces of armor. So they got something on their legs that cover most of their legs that allows for thrust to take off. They could have something attached to their back that's, kind of like the mid-body of the thruster. Helmets with visors and communication, so they can communicate while flying and everything. It's not just, oh, because I stick my finger on my fucking ear, I can magically talk to everyone, even though there's nothing in my fucking ear. That's something I really didn't. It's like the Aesops talking to each other, and there's nothing in their ear. It's like you need to animate a piece that actual relays communication information. The helmet is mighty, and the helmet is a good way in all honesty, if you're designing characters and you want to make them unique, especially special forces, and they're very different from each other, helmet designs tell a lot from a person. I mean, like, if you just want to do Marrow, he's a freaking faunus, give him like a wolf or like armored dog helmet that has like friggin' teeth, goes over and has the visor come down from the top jaw over his mouth. I don't know. Put some what do you call them? I'm sorry, I'm a bit brain dead on this one. For Clover. Oh, by the way, I'm removing Clover as leader in this. But Clover, um, what a luck! Charms. Have charms that dangle off his helmet or something. Give it like a bit of an Irish feel to it, where four-leaf clover made out of that's green, or just shit that indicates that it ties into his whole luck thing. Um, but you get the idea of what I'm going for. I want them not to rely. Oh, we got to call a transport so we can get down to Mantle. Even though in pretty much like the second, third episode of this whole show, it's to deal with landing strategies, and we've seen them jump out of these friggin' transports and land anyway. It's like there shouldn't be a limit. Like, you could probably jump off Atlas, free fall, down to Mantle, and at the last second, Ruby could just pop off her friggin' shit and just land cleanly, or even just she can fly. She can fly at this point. She doesn't even need to do if you can just use your semblance and fly in. It's stuff like that where I'm like, remove the aspect of them transporting and have them be highly mobile efficiently. Um, the reason I'd get rid of Clover as leader is to take one other character and actually give this character some decent friggin' purpose. This also involves me getting rid of. If I thought about it, I would actually keep Harriet. I like Harriet's character. I don't know how she would use her semblance if she was able to fly, but maybe once she's down on the ground, they could incorporate it somehow. I just don't. Elm, strong woman, funny, reminds me of Zarya from Overwatch, but shit semblance, and a weapon that contradicts the Elysian military strength. I still don't like the idea that her rockets are stronger than the Elysian's rockets, and they work for the same fucking bloody people. Oh, Jesus, it's so dumb. Get rid of Elm. The leader of the Aesops, so you got your Harrier, you got your wiggly arm guy, I keep forgetting the fucking cunt's name, Clover, Marrow, Winter. Winter is not only the right hand to Ironwood, but is the leader of the Aesops. Have Winter Schnee. Instead of the only thing Winter's really done, if we're being dead honest, I'm gonna go walk and I'm gonna talk to the maiden, and I'm gonna pull out my scroll and I'm gonna make appointments for Ironwood, and I'm gonna follow him around like a bitch. And I'm like, the Schnees, in terms of semblances, are one of your most powerful warriors. Why not have her lead the Aesops? And I would love to see what her outfit with armor, like if she had boosters on the feet, the back, as well as some form of chest armor with a helmet. I would love to see a design, because this is where the point of the video is going in a second. I would love to see a really sick helmet design that encompasses, goes down from here up over here, and then have the visor come down and cover the face for Winter. And this would actually lead to her either she could keep her hair up, or she could actually let it down, like every time she takes off the helmet her hair flows out type thing, because everyone likes it with her hair down. But give her more purpose. I mean, imagine you see 5 Aesops flying in. This also allows them to move as easily as Penny does. If Penny's able to friggin' fly, the Aesops should be capable of flight. So you see 5 Aesops in the air, flying all over the place. Dangerous. You got Penny flying with them. And Winter, with her summons, she can summon in midair. While she's flying, she can legit summon things around her. All of a sudden, these 6 people, ideally, with Penny there, as well as the summons and redo their semblances a bit. This is frightening. With that level of mobility, that is something to be actual terrified of. And you start to realize, like, it's because they are the special forces that they're capable of this. They have special training that allows them to use this because they graduated at the top of their class. They're respected. It's just the presence that they would actually bring if this idea going ahead. And where I'm going to end this video, and it has gone on longer than it has because I do ramble on. If anyone was aware, around the 2018 period, for a solid year, I funded money into artists online that I met on Twitter or through Amino or even Instagram. I met 1 or 2 of them. I hired these artists to do artwork for me. Just fan art. Nothing more. Just something that I would enjoy. And in turn, gets them recognition, and a lot of them have gone on to better things. They're charging more for their works, they're getting lots of commissions. That was the second half. I get what I want, they get recognition in the Ruby community, hopefully more people hire them. That was the whole goal of this year-long thing, which actually ended up being quite a lot of money. I would say anything between, if I'm calculating, maybe about $2,000 in fan art. There's over 100 pieces of that stuff, and some of the artists not cheap. Some of them actually charge a bit. But what this comes down to is that when I've had this idea, and I will probably think on this afterwards, but at present time, I really want to see the Aesops in flight armor, like a redesign of the Aesops. Have Winter in the middle, have Clover and Wiggly arms off to one side, have Harriet and Marrow off to the other side, have Penny with them, Ironwood in the background, have them in like this armor, flying armor type shit. I really want to see that, and I'm willing to pay for it. I think I actually do want to pay to see that actually coming to existence. So for all of you that are just like, oh, you're just a hater, you just shit on the show. Yeah, I do shit on the show because when you show something poorly, like I rate everything in regards to other anime I've seen. So in terms of the greats, like Fate Zero, like Attack on Titan, like Madoka Magica, like Evangelion. These are all 9s. They're in the 9 gap between 9 to 10. They get their 9, 9.2, 9.5. These are the grades. And when I open up an anime app and someone's telling me Ruby's an 8 out of 10 or a 7.5 out of 10, I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. No fucking way. With the amount of retcons, with the fact that they've dropped plots in the show, the fact that they've stuffed up characters, the fact that how the show started off is no longer how the show is, that they've changed that much about it, and that shit just gets executed poorly. You can't turn around and tell me with that many faults this is an 8 or 7.5. That's how I rate Ruby. Ruby at present time, 5 out of 10 at best when they actually execute something well. But most of the time, it comes off as like a 3.5 or a 4. It usually is in that range limit that I would judge Ruby. And I just think, like, with ideas that people come up with in the fandom, you can easily do this show better. You can do it justice. There's a lot of good ideas and basic stereotypes that you could take, mold, and turn it efficiently into something better. And this idea with the Aesops is just, like, it's just an idea I came up with now. Just an idea. And it's something that I think I will talk to a few artists that I know, and maybe see which one can give me a good deal on doing 5. And maybe you'll see it soon.